All right. Um, so this is the party minute speaking. Let me open something first. Mm, it should be, some stuff about mm, the, the display adapters. I mean the Radeon TM 5000, something like that. Right. So I'm ready now. Let's do it. Our brain constantly changes. Basically, it's changing. Every experience is changing. If I put your brain out your head, if I did some brain surgery on you right now with a wand and I hold your brain in my hand, it's not going to do anything. I can learn it all day long. You did nothing in your body will function. No genome, no genetic activation. Nothing will happen, no genes will switch on. But the fact that you are alive and I have done that, the only reason your brain and genes doing anything is because of your thinking, feeling, choosing. You fry them up in the switch on your thinking, feeling, and choosing. So just the genes on, we own our thinking, feeling, and choosing. And doesn't matter the fact that that's a part that we are not have not done enough research on that. I've spent 30 years myself researching. We got to focus on that because otherwise I can use my brain as an excuse for everything which is there and actually living. You can make the relationship work every day. Or I said they go to go there what day. That's why those are effects. I can be raised in the same household, experiencing some challenge in the same before some parents in between. Everything could be identical, the same experience. But 20 years old, I can still view the world in a different way than you. You do it from birth. You don't perform birth totally different. This is why we still studies of identical twins where you have that in old age and one gets out of line and one is still finding up and still going along. You know how you perceive things. May your body will work with you against you. Your mind is moving through your brain. Your brain puts that perception physically into your brain. So you're thinking, feeling, choosing one moment to moment every day. And if you think that of scenario where I'm constantly seeing a negative of so if I have now more than 3 days currently thought in a certain way, I have built a very strong tree in my brain. A tree is a thought. All thoughts are real things. They look like trees. They occupy mental real estate. They're made of proteins and agree they are 100% the ability right now you are growing at a speed of 400 billion actions you comforting my protein and listeners into trees in the brain. But now you got a habit, you got done something for years, and you throw it away for years because of an experience, because of environment. So there's nurture you born with this part for the design we in nurture environment to all the other stuff is right. And that's the I factor. The two twins going through life, something but how they sync it. So each experience is now adding more and more layers to my initial course. So here I'm born with the Silver by myself. Two twins, one myself. The relationship, that's it. In this way, it's different qualities work build the brain. And as you keep thinking in that certain way, so you strengthen, when we think about must grow into a toxic, that's a pattern I fully see that. You can change a person very easily to stand back, observe their own thinking, because in neuroscience and designed, in quantum physics, all of that, you can stand back and observe your own thinking, and you can show someone. Can you see that you're being negative? When you see that it is, I mean, you can keep so by showing people. There's always a way for someone to see, but not everyone will choose to do that. If someone has done something negative for more than 3 days, they have wired a part into the brain like pathway like toxic sweet. That's why I use this the real protein into all computers. And those computers have very established. It's starting when days to build a long-term memory. It has 33 days to build the habit knowledge in the way we've been told. 63. Anything after that you're gonna do expert level. So if I have for 6 years being worried and my support squatter it would mean as I am you have become so I can become it's hard work. I'm going to have to do a lot of my work. I'm going to do a lot of my management to use emotional signals and depression and anxiety and I have to use that to find out what is the cause of why I'm so negative. Now, even a long-term memory can be reconceptualized. And this means I will always remember. So that's like, for example, someone sees the glass half empty, and they just be in that, but just these people just always going to see the negative first. Every business meeting, they just always see the negative. But the person can change that they will become an expert in being negative, but they can actually unwind that they can get to the point where it's a lot of work. You got to go through the pain of doing it, which people don't want to do this day. Actually, you can change that and reverse the process. What the five steps? So the five steps first of all is to gather. Gather. That's a big word for embrace, acknowledge. Embrace that you have an or accept these issues. Reflex. It's deep reflection. This process is more fun from proud. It's the like certain will say my friends have a lot of friends. They look up to go first cup preparation to show them so got to go through the pain before ready to hurt you to heal them. So that's a very is the whole process is a hard work. I'm not lying, but it's good and it takes time. It's good to take cycles of the 1 days. The second process is deep reflection, where you're basically trying to track back to not necessarily back, but why I'm doing this. I'm studying your change. You look at your change, the patterns. So the first thing is to try is to take over. This is I'm depressed. It is an emotional warning signal. My body's got physical warning signals. So you're embracing the emotional and physical warning signal from the environment and from yourself. And then thinking about this, okay, so why am I always negative? Why am I always depressed? Why am I anxious? And as you go through the process of self-reflection, you get to the point where you are now just finally get to is that if it is a little to the point where you feel okay, but maybe this is at the end of 21 days. You see, oh, I'm anxious because I'm actually trying to be a perfectionist. I'm trying to control everything in my environment. It's not quite working out, or maybe it's because the tumor that you've dealt with. The third thing is got to be in the process so that we got to our brain to do stuff right. The third process is brightening you writing or skilling out. A lot of I'm gonna say it right like literally torn on page because you see my sequence that I've beloved literally spend a minute and a half to 2 minutes doing each of these. You gather a minute and a half. You reflect your minute and a half. You write a minute and a half, and then you would recheck. And then recheck is a process where you go back and look for your powers, your triggers, your what does it mean. So if you think of I become always of something going on, I'm reflecting why am I feeling I'm starting to get to the root. It's not only a minute and a half. You must move on. Write it down. Maybe a bunch of jumbo that you write down. You recheck, you look at your jumbo and try to get some level of order. Your then you go to you can get as you get that level of audience. That's why my little tiny task for today. And if maybe simple as when I feel this anxiety coming on, I'm gonna compartmentalize and I'm gonna worry about it. Tonight is gonna walk. 3 minutes and a half are only a little bit of information you gather which is the points you must go to it every day. Not everything every day we can solve it all one or more but in a day. It's little things change over time. You try and fix it quick, you can get there. It's a process you have to dig it out of your non-conscious. It's a deep investigate the process that you're doing. So let's say now that you start seeing I'm okay worry because of this one negative, I'm starting to get a glimpse of maybe it could be this or maybe so what can I do today? As a little actively church and actively is then if I see that even less than worry, you just make up and worry. Just as like when I'm stuck in music, so I'm saying okay, well if I'm worrying or want to go today, I take one I'm just waiting for that and I just will never stop worrying. So cool, what's my bridge? I worry and that's I hit me in the face. I'm going to say okay, this worry, I can deal with it now. I'm going to deal with it tonight. So now it's still a lot in the morning, the day will still a lot tonight as you go through the day. It isn't that, but also what happens is you take the energy away from worry. Every thought you build is a real living thing. It has energy, foreign energy. So if I take this worry, toxic, and I say, okay, keep gratitude in pause, I'm not going to deal with you tonight. You spend yourself to think about it. And by the time you go off tonight, comes you are later and that thing's lost energy. By the age it has changed. That's the brain brain change and challenge that every group people that had traumatic brain injury, like major, that had been written off by neurologists and neurosurgeons and through deliberate and intentional video of brain learning, growing the brain studying, Delhi, went back to university, ended up finished school, getting high grades, and it was this has been written off As a result, a phrase that happens super often in just medias. Many scientists who have since shown that when you use your mind, your brain will change. Right. So this is the end of this 10 minutes speaking. See ya in this 30 minutes speaking and the French speaking. Bye.